Hi everyone, and welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about something entirely new and different for me. This is not an exercise video for a change. Instead, I want to let you know about something I'm very excited to share with the CF community. Next month, I will begin leading an 8-week online course specifically for people with CF called Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction. So, in case you haven't noticed, it can get a tad stressful doing all that must be done to maintain your health. Superimpose this on normal life stressors, and well, it can get a little crazy. So, this is becoming more and more clear to me as I approach my 50th birthday. It seems that every day CF brings me more surprises and challenges. It's relentless, this disease, and this kind of ongoing uncertainty needs, I think, to be counterbalanced with some kind of grounding practice in order to maintain sanity. One way to do that is with a mindfulness practice. You've probably heard the word mindfulness, most people have, but it might not be clear what this really means. So I have a little exercise to illustrate this. Humor me for a moment and sit down and just close your eyes. Don't worry, nobody's looking. And if they are, I'm sure they probably just, think you're napping again. Now, without moving it, how do you know that your right foot is there? Can you feel the top of it? What do you hear right now in the room outside? Or if you're like me, the ringing of your ears. And as you do this, is there a voice inside your head chatting away, judging, or remembering, or analyzing? Is this whole experience making you irritated? Or do you find it pleasant? And what does that feel like? Either the irritation or the pleasantness. Okay, now, open your eyes. This was mindfulness, which is simply paying attention on purpose to your experience, sensations, thoughts, emotions, without the filter of judgment. Of course, the obvious question, and I can hear you asking it, is how can this possibly help me? And when in the world am I going to find time to do yet one more thing? To answer that, I need to tell you about the history of MBSR, which is shorthand for Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction. This program was developed over 30 years ago by a man named John Kabat-Zinn at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center. Dr. Kabat-Zinn was a PhD molecular biologist with a long-standing meditation practice. He had developed an 8-week meditation program that showed significant benefit for people with anxiety and chronic pain. Over time, he worked with people with numerous physical and mental health issues, and as time went on, more and more researchers joined him in studying the benefits of his program. Now we have a huge body of evidence showing that this mindfulness stuff actually works. It helps with problems related to stress, with pain, depression, addiction, and chronic illnesses like ours. In the 8-week program, you will learn both formal and informal meditation techniques. Nothing fancy, very simple practices that anyone can do. You'll also learn some mindful yoga, both sitting and lying and standing, and a bit of qigong, which is combining simple movements with the breath in order to build qi or life force. And who can't use some more life force? Now, don't be confused into thinking that this is a spiritual practice. It's not going to be. Meditation, of course, can be. But while MBSR has its roots in thousands of year-old Buddhist practices, this program has been completely secularized. So much so that it is now in over 250 hospitals across the United States, as well as in places around the world. Okay. So why do I want to teach this? Well, it's not to make money. I'm not going to make a cent. I want to do this because in my experience of living with CF, The two most important things I have done to stay healthy are, you probably guessed, number one, exercise, and number two, meditate. I already preach a lot about exercise, so this is something I want to share as well. My story is not really that unusual. When I was considering retiring from medicine 14 years ago, I was under a huge amount of stress. My health was declining. I was about to become a mother, and the stress of working as a pathologist was killing me. I didn't want to quit, but I also wanted to be a healthy mom for my kids. I saw a flyer at work for the MBSR class, and I signed up. So I did the program, and I learned to sit. I learned to sit with myself, my thoughts, my emotions, my breath, the whole 9 yards, and to see the connection between what I was thinking and how my body was responding. And that lesson 13, 14 years ago was invaluable to me. I learned that we have much more control over how we feel than most of us know. So I still meditate, and I've been I have taken a teaching practicum as well as taught an in-person class. Here's the $1,000 question. How am I going to teach this to a bunch of people with cystic fibrosis? What about the dreaded cross-infection issue? Well, here's how. This is a screenshot of a site called eMindful, which is an online virtual classroom where MBSR is being taught successfully to all kinds of people from the comfort of their own homes. All you need is a computer, an internet connection, and computer headphones are nice, but even those are not necessary. We will meet online from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday evenings, and there will be one sort of mini retreat of about 6 hours that will be held on either December 4th or 5th, depending on what the class requests. All of the materials and handouts and MP3s of guided meditations and yoga sessions will be available for download. This is so 21st century. The cost is $350 for the entire program. As I said, this is what it costs bare bones to use the virtual classroom and to pay for their technical assistance. If we get more than 10 people to sign up, there will be a possibility for partial scholarships. So please shoot me an email with any questions. I'll have the links to the eMindful page giving information about the class and the registration link on the information section of this video and on my website at www.sickandhappy.com. I want to end with a poem by Mary Oliver called The Journey. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began, though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried, but you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. So thank you for listening, and please check out the links or email me for more information.